No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. Many of you have now heard the term stepped-up basis, and it possibly being eliminated, which is very concerning. I encourage you to schedule your free 15-minute consultation with attorney Harlan Mitchell to find out what you can do to protect yourself and your family. Schedule your appointment with attorney Harlan Mitchell by calling 256-216-9884 or by going to bamaestateplanning.com. Do it today. Boutique Air in Muscle Shoals, Alabama offers direct flights to Atlanta, Nashville, and Pensacola. Boutique Air service runs twice daily, 7 days a week with fares starting at $59. Follow Boutique Air Muscle Shoals on Facebook at Boutique Air MSL and book your flight through boutiqueair.com. Boutique Air,
where you can fly private for the cost of commercial.
He's got a cold, nothing to worry about.
Just need a couple of stitches.
Your COVID rapid test is negative.
Oh boy, X-ray shows it's broken.
Trust Trinity Medical Care when you need urgent care or routine medical care. Walk-ins are welcome, or let Trinity help you virtually with telemedicine. Visit trinity-medicalcare.com for more information and follow them on Facebook. Trinity Medical Care, where your care comes first. Located on Governor's Drive and South Parkway.
Experience the difference at Athens Bible School. The vision and purpose is to provide each student a quality education in a Christ-centered environment to develop the whole person spiritually, mentally, physically, and socially in safe and supportive surroundings. The solid biblical foundation permeates learning and culture in the classrooms and every extracurricular activity.
Here to honor America, please welcome former military officer Ann Hotaling as she performs our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
You know, my mother used to say a long time ago, whenever there would be any real catastrophe that was in the movies or on the air, she would say, always look for the helpers. There will always be helpers, just on the sidelines. That's why I think that if news programs could make a conscious effort of showing anybody who is coming into a place where there's a tragedy, to be sure that they include that. Because if you look for the helpers, you'll know that there's hope.
Hey everybody, this is Darryl Worley, and you're listening to The Mark White Show. Hey, step up and make a difference like he does.
Hey y'all, this is Jeff Foxworthy, and you can make a huge difference in somebody's life. You just may not have figured out how yet, and that's why you're listening to The Mark White Show.
Hi, this is Maggie Peterson. I played Charlene Darling on The Andy Griffith Show, and you are listening to The Mark White Show.
Hi, folks. This is Ricky Skaggs, and you're listening to The Mark White Show.
Hello, I'm Gene Stallings, and this is The Mark White Show. Get off the sideline and get involved and make a difference in your community.
You are listening to The Mark White Show. My daddy is your host, Mark White.
Do something good today.
Welcome to a Tuesday edition of the Mark White Show. I am your host, Mark White, and I'm so glad that you could join us today as we recognize difference makers in our communities and share their stories to encourage and inspire us all. And I'm always glad to have people reach out through the Mark White Show, whether it be through Facebook or email. And I appreciate the messages that I receive and the interest in the Mark White Show and people who want to come on and share their efforts and share what they're doing to make a difference. Right now, we have with us Ann Hotaling, and she is Miss Veteran America 2020, part of Final Salute, Inc. She was honored to serve as Miss Veteran America 2020, and her goal is to advocate for homeless women veterans in order to help provide homes and other resources to this often forgotten but very important part of our community. Welcome to the Mark White Show, Ann.
Thank you, Mark, for having me. I really appreciate it.
It's a great pleasure to have you on right now, and there are people listening right now who may not have ever heard of Miss Veteran America 2020 or Final Salute Incorporated.
Right, absolutely. Final Salute, Inc. is a nonprofit organization that our mission is to help eliminate homelessness amongst our women veterans. Women veterans is the fastest growing population of homelessness in America. A woman veteran is 2 to 3 times more likely to be homeless than a male veteran, just because of some of the resources or lack of resources for women veterans. For example, if you go to the VA and you're needing help because you're about to become homeless, they do have homes, transitional homes for veterans. However, many of those veteran homes do not allow children. And if they do allow children, the children have to be a certain age. And I don't know of any mother that's already in a predicament like that would leave her children behind and secure herself transitional housing. And actually, over 70% of these women veterans that are homeless are also single mothers. So that's our goal at Final Salute, is to eliminate the homelessness altogether through educating our communities, educating the American people that this is an issue in our country. And that's what Miss Veteran America advocates. I am the national ambassador for these women veterans to ensure that this is not a problem anymore 5-10 years from now.
And I know you know the numbers, but if you go to Final Salute, Inc., Women Veterans, the Invisible Homeless, unemployment is a major contributing factor to homelessness, and it says that 47,000 veterans reported homeless, 4,338 women veterans reported homeless. Of that number, 495,000 veterans reported unemployed, 23,000 women veterans reported unemployment. Now, 70% of homeless women veterans are single mothers, and women veterans are 2 to 3 times more likely to be homeless than any other group in the U.S. adult population.
Yes, sir. And those numbers are staggering. And now, especially with COVID, those numbers have gone up. So when a lot of people ask me, why would you compete in Miss Veteran America this year, Marianne? I mean, there was no live competition. There was no big fun weekend of dressing up and a runway. And I said, if I'm doing this for the right reasons, then I'm not doing it for a weekend of dressing up and walking down a runway. That's not the reason to compete in Miss Veteran America. The reason is, in essence, I felt like I was applying for a job. I was interviewing for the important job of being the national ambassador for these homeless women veterans. So that's why I decided to do this. And as a finalist in this competition, one of the things I was judged on was how I advocate on a local, regional, national level for these veterans. How creative was I getting the word out there to the American public? I mean, like you said before, many people don't even know that this is an issue in our country. So I'm really proud that, not just myself, but my cohort, the other finalists that I competed with that I've become very good friends with, actually. We are out there getting the word out that if you can help, if there's a way that you can also advocate and educate people, and awareness is such a huge part of it, then we need to do that through any means possible, especially now with the pandemic, since we can't do a lot of things in person. Social media has been an absolute gift. TV, radio opportunities, such as your show. I'm thankful because that's just another opportunity for me to get the word out.
Speaking of cohorts and your comrades, let's talk about your military service and what led you to this point.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm a very proud daughter of two immigrants. My father immigrated here from Portugal. My mother is from Brazil. I was fortunate that they instilled in me a huge love, a huge heart, lots of pride for our country. They were proud to become Americans. And so from a young age, I always knew I wanted to serve the community, our country, in some capacity. After I won the Army ROTC scholarship to attend Seton Hall University in New Jersey, upon graduation, I was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the Medical Service Corps of the U.S. Army. From there, I was stationed at Fort Hood, Texas, in the 1st Cavalry Division. And from there, I was able to deploy to Bosnia-Herzegovina on a peacekeeping mission. And it was just an incredible experience to get out there and see how other cultures are living, and maybe more grateful for the opportunities that we do have as Americans in this country. It was eye-opening to me, even though I've always been pretty grateful for the way I was raised and the opportunities given to me in this country. I think just living in another country and experiencing what they go through every day just added to that appreciation that I already had. So I ended my military career as the Chief of Military Personnel at William Beaumont Army Medical Center at Fort Bliss, Texas, which at the time was the largest medical installation in the U.S. Army in the world. And then that's when I decided to become a school teacher, and that's what I've been doing for the last 18 years. I've been in public education.
Were you born in North Alabama?
Actually, no. I was born and raised in New Jersey, and that's where I ended up going to college. And then the Army is what took me away from New Jersey.
Wow.
And my first duty station was in Texas, and since then I've lived in quite a few places. Because of my husband's work, we ended up here in Alabama a year and a half ago, and we love it here. We love it, and we want to retire here.
Well, I love it too, and I love being able to recognize people from where we are. It doesn't matter if we're in Athens, Alabama, or we're in Bosnia. There are people that we can help to make a difference for anywhere around the world, and I like to think of it that way, that we're centered right here in North Alabama. This is a great place to live, but I want people to know that we care about people outside of our own communities, and we want to make a difference. And for you, when you speak of homelessness, we're not talking about homelessness within a mile radius of your home. We're talking about homelessness across this country and the many women who are affected by that, who have served our country.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I think even myself, before I actually did my research on this, and years ago, I didn't quite understand how someone became homeless. I didn't understand the whole process. But after really investigating it and really doing my due diligence and research, it's not that hard to become homeless. Actually, our founder of Final Salute Inc., her name is Jas Booth. She is an Army veteran, and she served proudly. And when she found out that she was sick, she had cancer. That was also happening about the same time Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans, which is where she was stationed with her young son at the time. She found herself homeless. She could not deploy with her unit because of the cancer. And then she had to be forced out of the military at that time. And because of that, she found herself, living with family, bouncing from one home to the other, with her son. And when she went to the VA to ask for help, they said, you can always go on welfare. And she said, no, you know what? There's got to be a better way to do this. There's got to be a better answer for someone who has served proudly in the military that doesn't want handouts. That's not what she wanted. And that was the fire that drove her to begin Final Salute Inc., to come up with opportunities and short-term and long-term solutions for these women veterans. I mean, we're not trying to keep them homeless. We're trying to give them a tool to get them back on their feet so they can have jobs, they can have homes. Just within Final Salute Inc., there are 3 programs. One of the programs helps the women financially with it. Let's just say they have a home. They're not homeless yet, but they just need help paying for a utility bill just to get back on their feet. We have a program that will do that for them. This same program helps them learn how to budget their money, and any financial education we can give them, we're going to give them that. Also, we have a program where we will help them with their resume. If they need a professional photo done or someone to edit their resume, if they need a suit for their interview, for their job interview, we have them covered for that as well. So, I mean, because if they have a job and we can make them successful at that job interview to obtain that job, then we can prevent the homelessness to begin with. So all of that is what Final Salute Inc. is about. It's not just about what happens afterwards and how we help them after they become homeless, but we're also trying to prevent it from happening to begin with.
Mary Ann, if it's okay with you, I want to take a quick break, and when we come back, let's talk about the short-term and long-term solutions again and how people can connect with Final Salute Inc., as well as connecting with you yourself as Miss Veteran America 2020. Will you stick with me?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Folks, right now we're talking to Mary Ann Hotaling, Miss Veteran America 2020, and this is part of Final Salute Inc. I encourage you to go check out Mary Ann Hotaling, Miss Veteran America 2020, and also finalsaluteinc.org. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk some more to Miss Veteran America 2020 about solutions for women who are military members who are homeless. You're listening to The Mark White Show, and I'm your host, Mark White.
Let's all do something good today. A little wink, a pat on the back, a big old hug, a little laugh. We can make a difference. All we have to do is try. Yeah, every day's a chance to change somebody else's life. Let's all do something good today.
The best way to buy, sell, and experience land is with Jonathan Berryhill. For your farm, ranch, recreational, hunting, timber, and acreage needs, contact National Land Realty Professional Jonathan Berryhill at 256-874-7354 or email at jberryhill@nationalland.com. Be sure to follow Jonathan Berryhill with National Land Realty on Facebook. This is your land. Thompson Roofing and Construction is a locally owned family business serving the North Alabama and Southern Tennessee area. They are a Better Business Bureau A+ member since 2011 and a GAF Master Elite Contractor. Give them a call at 256-952-3309 or check them out on the web at 256roofing.com. They offer free inspections.
Thompson Roofing and Construction.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. Losing a loved one is hard, but losing a loved one and not having an estate plan is even harder. Attorney Harlan Mitchell witnessed what not having an estate plan can do to families and decided to use his experience to do something about it. I encourage you to go to BamaEstatePlanning.com or give Harlan Mitchell a call at 256-216-9884. Again, that website is BamaEstatePlanning.com. Let Harlan Mitchell help you with estate planning. Do it for those you love, and do it today. Boutique Air in Muscle Shoals, Alabama offers direct flights to Atlanta, Nashville, and Pensacola. Boutique Air Service runs twice daily, 7 days a week, with fares starting at $59. Follow Boutique Air Muscle Shoals on Facebook at Boutique Air MSL and book your flight through boutiqueair.com. Boutique Air,
where you can fly private for the cost of commercial.
He's got a cold, nothing to worry about.
Just need a couple of stitches.
Your COVID rapid test is negative.
Oh boy, X-ray shows it's broken.
Trust Trinity Medical Care when you need urgent care or routine medical care. Walk-ins are welcome, or let Trinity help you virtually with telemedicine. Visit trinity-medicalcare.com for more information and follow them on Facebook. Trinity Medical Care, where your care comes first. Located on Governor's Drive and South Parkway.
Hey everybody, this is Paul Overstreet, and you are listening to The Mark White Show. Stay tuned because Mark is doing some things on his show that's helping his community and uplifting people, so you stay with him.
He drives into the city, works extra hard all day, finishes up early so he can get away. Blue-eyed kid on second base wants dad to watch him play.
Welcome back to the Mark White Show. I am so glad that you could join us on this Tuesday afternoon as we talk to Miss Ann Hotaling, Miss Veteran America 2020. Now, this is part of Final Salute, Inc. As I mentioned in the first segment, Ann is honored to serve as Miss Veteran America 2020, and her goal is to advocate for homeless women veterans in order to provide homes and other resources to this often forgotten but very important part of our community. Welcome back to the Mark White Show, Miss Veteran America 2020, Ann Hotaling.
Thank you, Mark, for having me.
Because we have a problem. When we have a problem, we need solutions.
Exactly.
A solution for one person may not work for someone else. And so each person is different, and it has to be tailored to their individual needs, whether that be short-term or long-term. Let's talk about how Final Salute, Inc. is solving some of those problems and giving solutions to this often forgotten but very important part of our community.
Absolutely. Well, some of the short-term solutions that Final Salute, Inc. is providing are some of the programs that they have in place, that we have in place to ensure that some of the women veterans are never homeless to begin with. By giving them some financial assistance, be it if it's help with their rent or with their utilities, or just a bit to make ends meet with groceries. Final Salute, Inc. is assisting our women veterans with that. We also have a program where we're educating them on finances. So it's not, we're just handing out money and not following through or following up on it. We're also providing the education to ensure that they know how to handle their money. They know what to do with that money when they're given that assistance for their utilities, rent, etc. One of the other programs that we have is a program where we provide them, we collect suits, interview suits, professional clothing from across the country that women aren't using anymore, or if they're donating, they could donate new clothing as well. But some women, they'll buy a suit or professional outfit for an interview and then never use it again, and it just hangs in their closet. So we collect those as well. And then through that program, we also give them assistance on their resumes. Like, how do you write a resume? If you've never written a resume before, that's pretty overwhelming, especially if you just finished serving your country and you were in the military for 5 years, 10 years, or you retired from the military and you never had to write a resume before. That could be really overwhelming. So we provide that kind of help as well. If they need a professional photo, we provide that as well. Now, a lot of people out there ask, Ann, I don't want to help edit an essay and I don't have a professional suit to donate. How can I help? Well, $25, a $25 donation to Final Salute, Inc. can provide a woman veteran and her children a night of transitional housing with food. So when I was competing for Miss Veteran America, within 5 months, I had fundraised. I had fundraised over $27,000 for our homeless women veterans. I did this whole campaign online and talking to people in the community and also at other duty stations where we've been. And when I think about all those nights of transitional housing and food and just a warm shelter that I was able to provide through that fundraising, it made this whole process worthwhile for me.
You were recently recognized by Governor Kay Ivey here in the state of Alabama as being the first national ambassador for Alabama as Miss Veteran America 2020, and working through Final Salute, Inc. to help these homeless veterans, these women homeless veterans. How did that make you feel to be recognized in that way, and what do you hope that that accomplishes to help move this effort forward?
Well, first, I was very proud to be recognized by Governor Kay Ivey. Again, I didn't compete for the accolades and for the recognition, but to eliminate this issue that we have. But by people like Governor Ivey recognizing that this is an issue, not only in the state of Alabama, but also in our country, it just makes the problem more visible. And we want that problem to be visible, because the more visible it is, we're more likely to come up with a solution sooner than later. So by me coming on your show, by wonderful leaders like Governor Ivey recognizing it and understanding that this is an issue, we are getting the word out there. And the bottom line is, if we don't know there's a problem, we can't fix it. You know, we don't know what we don't know, Mark. And by making this as visible as possible and by spreading the word that, hey, America, we have an issue. We've got to take care of our warrior sisters that were willing to fight for our freedom. And now we need to help them out during their time of need. That's what that recognition means to me.
Well, I want to say, Mary Ann, that I appreciate your service to our country. I appreciate your service as a teacher. That is a very noble job to help our young people, to help raise them up, and to help them think about ways that they can make a difference. You're in a very unique position as a teacher to be able to reach these young minds.
Thank you. Well, we are very fortunate. We work with some incredible children here in northern Alabama. And I actually work with Decatur City Schools. And I am thankful every day that this is where I landed. This is the job that I have. I'm working with some of the hardest working educators that I think I have ever worked with at any duty station that I've been a teacher at in the last 18 years. And that is the truth.
Well, that's great. I know one particular person there at Decatur City Schools, and that's Coach Dwight Satterfield. He was my assistant coach back at Lauderdale County High School when I was in high school myself. He was the baseball coach, and he was an assistant football coach, so I know Coach Satterfield quite well.
Well, there you go, and he's working so hard for the safety of our school district, and I don't envy his job whatsoever.
Well, Mary Ann, thank you for your work as Miss Veteran America 2020 and the work of Final Salute, Inc. I'm so glad that you could join me here on the Mark White Show today as we continue to bring awareness to veteran homelessness and try to combat this issue by finding ways to make a difference and solutions to this problem.
Well, I appreciate you having me on your show. If it gets out to one person, 10 people, 100 people, then it is worth it. And the more people we make aware of it, the easier and the quicker we're going to come up with a solution to help our warrior sisters.
If someone wants to connect with you or through Final Salute, Inc., how can they do that?
Absolutely. Where you could follow my journey on my Facebook page, and the name of it is Mary Ann Hotaling, Miss Veteran America 2020. Also, you could donate to Final Salute or follow Final Salute's journey at finalsaluteinc.org. I could also be found on Twitter under the same handle.
We appreciate Mary Ann Hotaling, Miss Veteran America 2020, joining us here on the Mark White Show today as she serves as Miss Veteran America 2020 and to advocate for homeless women veterans. We appreciate her joining us on the show, and we appreciate the message that she has shared today. Folks, I hope that you will continue to find ways that you can make a difference in your community. If you find that the Mark White Show is helping you to make a difference, I hope that you will share this with your friends, your family, and your neighbors. Let them know about the Mark White Show and what we're trying to do. You can follow the Mark White Show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can also subscribe to the Mark White Show podcast via Apple iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Audio Boom, SoundCloud, Blueberry, and on YouTube. This is Mark White encouraging you to find your purpose by making a difference in someone's life today.
And gentle people who shout a friendly hi when they go passing by, who live and love in my hometown. These are my kind of people.
Hi, everybody. This is DJ Thomas. You know, raindrops may be falling on your head, but on Kyla's corner, she's living life sunny side up.
Nothing seems to fit.
You are my sunshine, my only. This is Kyla Carter of Kyla's Corner. You can hear my segment every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time and 11 a.m. Eastern Time on The Mark White Show. Remember to tune in every Saturday and always live life sunny side up. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Hey everyone! I just wanted to pass along this really important message because it's important to me and everybody around me. Did you know that 22.6 million Americans have battled COVID-19? Now, a huge surge in COVID cases has risen up in the US, but if you have recovered from COVID-19, you may have powerful antibodies in your blood plasma. Like, what? That's absolutely insane. One COVID plasma donation could help save 4 COVID patients. So, if you want to be a hero, which I know you do, just go to a donation bank for blood or give some of your plasma if you have recovered from COVID. Anything helps. Love you.
Is it time for a haircut? Go see my friends Philip Butler and B.H. Parker at Southwind Barbershop, located at 1637 Lee Street in Rogersville, Alabama. Give them a call at 256-247-5658. That's 256-247-5658.
If you like hickory smoked ribs that fall apart at the slightest pull, or barbecue shoulders that are so slow smoked each tender bite melts in your mouth, then you are going to love Baby Jack's Barbecue. Baby Jack's Barbecue in Bartlett and Arlington. Try the barbecue chicken, beef brisket sandwich, barbecue potato, it is huge, or the Baby Jack Trio, pork, turkey, or beef brisket sliders. You like wet ribs? They like dry ribs. Get one slab that has them both. Catering? Baby Jack's can feed a family or an army. Drive in, drive through, order online, or come in and set them in. Baby Jack's Barbecue in Bartlett at Highway 70 in Appling, or in Arlington at Highway 70 just a block west of 385.
Hello, my name is Christian Martinez. I'm a rising senior at Athens Bible School. My school is great because of the wonderful environment in which students can grow and flourish. We have great academics that include the University Preparatory Diploma and dual enrollment courses that lead to an associate's degree before high school graduation. All my teachers and the school's employees are Christians who are devoted to the welfare of students. We have an excellent student body, competitive sports program, and study the Bible first thing every day. It's a great place. Please consider joining us at ABS next year, or give that special child in your life the great opportunity I have.
Mr. Cecil Batchelor is the one that started this business as Dependable Service Center. And even though now it's Green's Dependable Hardware and we're a True Value store, our tagline is still Your Dependable Service Center. We've tried to keep that alive for all these years. Mr. Batchelor really started a good business. We're really excited to be carrying on a long-standing tradition. It's the oldest retail store in the city of Russellville. We're Green's Dependable Hardware, 15220A Highway 43 in Russellville, Alabama. We're right behind McDonald's or right across the street from the hospital. Number is 256-331-0123.
Your Dependable Service Center.
Oh, won't you hear me, people, when I say Well, let's all do something good today.